Hello, everyone. So today I have a very special guest. We have Ditila here. She's one of our students inside Luna since the last year. Ditila, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Hi, everyone. I'm Ditila from Italy. I've been joining Luna exactly 13 months ago, and I couldn't be happier. And I didn't have any financial background. I was actually always very bad at math. So that's kind of the reason I didn't start investing earlier. I was always afraid that my math results would actually reflect on my financial independency and results, but they're not connected really. So today we have apps, we have different tools which you share on Luna. So it was very, very empowering for me to see that my past results as a student in math were not really affecting my future life and my financial life in the future.
Prior to joining Luna last year, where were you in your life?
I'm an event manager. I organize my events, my bootcamp and retreats. And so I had some money saved apart, saved aside for emergencies, etc. But I didn't really have a long-term plan in terms of investing, neither making money really. So I was changing a lot of things in my life, and I was kind of struggling actually. And then I joined Luna on half June, probably last year, on the 13th of June, I think. And then just a few weeks later, I broke my wrist. So I had a bad accident on a motorcycle while I was guiding a group. And that was really a turning point for me because I saw it right away as a sign that I had to stop, focus, change whatever I was doing, and really focus on myself, on what I had invested on. So I really joined Luna without knowing if I could really put real time into it, into studying. And that specific accident made me realize that's what I really was interested in, and also that I had to fix certain things in my business. So it was very life-changing event, life-changing month. And just a few months later, everything started doing very well. So I'm very happy now.
So when you were just starting the program, did you have any specific expectations about the program? What were you specifically looking for in terms of like the solution that we can help you?
So I had a very good call to join the Luna program, while everyone around me, well, my husband mostly, was like, but like, are you really sure? Are you really able to? Like, this is expensive and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't really tell him that I joined. And you don't have to tell him. You have to follow your gut and your instinct. And so I used my credit card. I already told you this. So I wasn't even able, I didn't have the full amount, but I used my credit card and it worked. And it was like, okay, this is a sign that I really have to enroll. And since then, because it was the very first big investment for myself, I really wanted to make the best out of it. So I started studying. I went through the first module kind of quickly because I was already spiritually awake in a way. So I really wanted to get to the fun stuff, to the stocks part, to the investing. Yeah. So, and I think it was a sign because as soon as I finished the modules, I registered to interactive brokers, etc. And I started buying. I literally bought the day of the dip in 2024. And that to me really, again, was a second sign that I was on the right path. And I just also discovered something I really liked. So at first, in general, I love updating, reading newspapers and reading what's going on in the world. And actually reading the stock market and reading the stock market news really tells you a lot about the world. So it's so interesting to see how everything is connected. And to me, as I'm a very idealistic person, something very important for me was to vote with my dollar. So with the money, where I decide where to put the money, I'm also deciding to go against certain things. So if I'm a fan of sustainability, I'm not investing in oil. If I am a vegan, I don't invest in certain. Well, you don't have that power if you give the money to somebody else to invest. So if you are against, like, I don't want to go political, but of course there are some companies that are political. So if you don't like these trends, these people, but you put it somewhere else, and they can also be very productive. They can perform very well and be aligned with your values. So this was one of the first things that I was very, very happy about starting to invest myself. And beside the results, they're also aligned with my values. So that's very important.
And so tell us a little bit about what is possible for the girls that are just starting. They might not even be familiar with the numbers, what type of returns they could possibly be making upon the first few months of joining the program. They don't know what is making 5% or 100%, like what is possible in terms of like the wins, and when did you first start seeing your results? Let's say in general, after 1 year, what were your average results and the type of numbers that you were seeing buying stocks?
I'm very happy, and I was very surprised of my performance right away. Right since I started, 3 months later, I had almost doubled my investment. So that was, wow, okay, so I'm really good at it, and I didn't expect to go that far. Of course, I was also lucky because I entered a very good moment in the market, exactly. And then there was a lot of momentum in the following months. So, but the interesting thing, so the very first stock I bought was Shopify, which had a quite large dip last summer. And so I was able to make 110% return in 40 days. And I didn't sell 100% of it, but I was, very, very happy because that's not even double digits. So you in Luna program were telling me, yeah, you could reach double digit and you can train yourself. And I was like, but in 40 days I made triple digits. So wow, this is incredible. Of course, isn't always like that. Mm-hmm. And I think because I joined in summertime, so I had more free time, I could really focus and study and get the most out of it. So what I'm now kind of an expert and what I really like is to swing trade, but in general buy the dip. So that's how I was able to achieve very high returns. Not every month, but in general, so year to year, I'm over 32% cumulative return on my portfolio, so I'm very happy. I wish I did some more swing trades. Again, I had to follow my instinct, my gut. I didn't exit in certain moments, but it's okay because I'm still testing my thesis. So what I'm very happy is that I was able to really understand the process and how the technical analysis and fundamental analysis work, and to see it with my own money, to see it with my own results. And so to me, it's been the most wise and the best investment I've made for my financial life in the future. That's because you are teaching the girls in Luna how to fish. You're not fishing for us. So something that was very clear was from the very first moment is that you were not telling us what to buy. You were teaching us. You are teaching us how to pick the right stocks for us and how we can pick the right stocks for ourselves. So when I joined, I was expecting a little bit more like, okay, so we're looking into this. But you were like, no, you can make your own research, and then if you have questions, you can ask me. And so I was like, oh, okay, so I'm going to design my own portfolio. Sounds good to me. And I was really able to do it, again, in a way that it aligns with my values, with my future wishes, and with the performance I want to achieve. So right now I'm very more aggressive. I'm much more aggressive than I was at the beginning, with a few penny stocks, with investing on the earnings week and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very, very happy.
So for those of the girls who are maybe just about to start, what would be your number one advice for them to start after you've tried your own strategies? What do you think has really made it work for you, and just overall the advice you would give to someone?
Well, the first thing is really to start, because I mean, even myself, like it took me probably 2.5 years to join the program because I just had a baby. I didn't have the time. I was telling myself a lot of things to justify the reason why I wasn't starting and wasn't taking action. And also the fact that like you don't have money to invest, it's actually a lie. As soon as you buy the program and enough like to buy that without going into debt, that's important. But then even the €100 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month are enough to start seeing results. And you don't have to double them to really make the results. Sometimes I started and made like 30% or 200% with some stocks that I bought $70. So, but I was testing my thesis. I wanted to see, okay, like, is this the right way? Does it make sense? Is it working like that? And the more you see the results, you see, double digits, perhaps triple digits, and then you can add more money and leave it there to grow for the future. So again, you have to start at some point, and then put some time really into studying the modules and into more research by yourselves, do more research so that it's really customized into your wishes, because my financial life, it's just mine. It's personal finance at the end of the day, also investing. So the way I invest is very different from how you invest and from who's watching is going to invest. So a girl that's only looking into dividends, stocks, it's very different from what I am looking for, because I tried to keep one stock like Rio Tinto for 1 year to get like 8% dividends, which is already good, like 8% per year, it's okay. But I just couldn't. Like I have this call for dips and for like other double-digit, triple-digit returns at the end of the month or of the year. So and also something interesting is these are my results. I had them quite fast. It could happen to you. It could not happen. It could take longer time. But it's just like going to the gym. So consistency is what pays off. So I had very good results until end of the year. So 6 months from joining the program, I almost doubled the money. It was incredible. I was so happy, and all my portfolio was green. It was incredible. Then at the very end of the year, because everybody sells the stocks to get profit, all the companies, etc., it kind of dropped. And then there were a few black market days, proper crashes. And so if I would have exited my positions right then, I would have lose the entire profit. So the more you live, the more you learn. And I was strong enough to buy more on those dips. So for example, when I bought in end of March and April, I made 70% in those stocks within a month. So when you really learn how the stock markets behaves, and you already have the stocks, the companies that you like, your picks, and you see a news or something happen in the world, you can really make like 50%, 100% within weeks. So that was a very life-changing moment for me, because I always saw money making equal to working, while money making is now equal to investing and doing the right choices in investing. So it's so different. I trade my time for something else now.
And how has your relationship with money changed? Your confidence? Have you seen a difference in your lifestyle? And also, maybe even your future plans. How has starting investing and joining Luna changed that for you?
It has changed a lot. So for many reasons. I do look more far away now in the years, because again, it's a long-term game, just like gym, but also because I look in a more abundant way. So I come from a world of scarcity where I left home at 14 and I had to figure out everything by myself. And I was struggling, working three jobs at a time, and I'm okay with that, because that made me the person I am today, and I'm very happy of who I am. But I wasn't confident with money. I always were not in debt, but I had what I had in my savings account, and it was hundreds, not thousands. And a lot changed around the money mindset since when I'm with my husband, so he helped a lot. And then since I joined Luna was the real change again, to see it more abundance, to see long term, and to start saving more so that I could invest more and to be more relaxed around money, because I know that I have them invested. So I have my emergency fund, I have my money settled to cover my back, and also I have them invested. So I feel a much more grown up and confident person now around money. And it's interesting because then I'm also attracting more money now. So it's also so connected. People can feel it when you are not struggling. Money doesn't just come to you. So it's very interesting.
Honestly, so I think very encouraging for a lot of girls to hear, just because I think a lot of us have been grown up with some type of scarcity mindset, and seeing how you've transformed in many ways is, I think, very inspiring for a lot of the girls that are sitting on the fence, and they're like doubting whether if it's really worth taking that leap forward. And so I would say my last question for you is, do you have any last words of wisdom or just anything that you want to say to the girls who are sitting on the fence? They're really like, okay, like I'm thinking about starting this journey, but there's still something that I'm like hesitating towards. Is there something you would like to say?
Whenever you don't choose with money, money chooses for you. So if you don't have control over money, money has control over you. Wow. So that's
really good.
as simple as that. So the earlier you start budgeting and saving for investments and investing and really working and putting your mind into the money topic, the more you will grow them, the more confident you will be with the topic, because money is everywhere in our life. And we are always taught as women that we shouldn't really care about it because it's dirty or because it's not appropriate for us. But it's so convenient for the world we live in. And I'm sure like some of you watching might be even in a more difficult situation, more difficult world than we live into. We live in Europe. So that this is really, this is something that can change your life, but also the life of your sons and daughters in the future, that can make a difference in the feminist future, because money is power. And the more we understand it, the more we can multiply it, the more we can have control over it, the more we have control of the world around us. And again, you can vote with your dollar, you can be free. When you have the money, again, you can be free. We all know that, but we don't know how to put it in action. But it gives you so much confidence to know that you can actually, make 10%, even a year. It's a huge accomplishment. But with Luna, it's actually maybe 3 months. It's really, really easy to do that. So even if you don't have so much time to trade, to really look into investments, it's going to be a life-changing, because you're anyway going to make like 18% per year. And that's going to change so much your financial future, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that you will remember this day as the day you really changed your life.
Thank you so much, Ditila. I really appreciated this interview with you. And yes, if any of you girls have any more questions, you can feel free to ask me or my team, and we'll be happy to guide you through the process to start today. Thank you. Bye.